Hi YouTube, it's Nigel here, and I'm 8 months yesterday on T. So like physical updates, it kind of has plateaued actually for a while. Nothing's really growing, hair or otherwise. Well, muscle is growing a bit, although I think people have commented that I'm stockier. Like I feel, actually people used to say that I look bigger, and now they say I feel bigger if I hug someone or something. And I thought I was getting fatter. I mean, I could stand to lose a couple of pounds by my own estimation, but I thought my stomach was getting fatter, but actually I think there's a thickness underneath that fat now that just makes it stick out more, and it's higher too, like the muscle, like I've got this rounder fat pad on my stomach, and there's been no migration of the fat from the hips yet, so it's not like I traded one for the other, so it's just this all around stockiness that's changed, but yeah, nothing else. Hair growth and so on's plateaued, or seems to have. No real significant changes, no clit growth. If anything, actually that's seems smaller now. What else? Yeah, like I'm on a more emotional level keel now. Well, I'm not on an emotional level, but I'm sort of mentally accepting that I'm on an emotional roller coaster, if that makes sense. Like I have been up and down these past couple of months, and some of it is sort of about gender performance, and I talked about that a couple of videos ago, and I think in the last video as well. And I feel like I'm trying to convince myself of one thing or another, but yeah, I've like the thoughts that I've had to sort of settle myself over that is one, that my dad, who passed like over 10 years ago, was never really a conventional male. I mean, there are times when my dad would just do these things where we'd just be like, oh, be slightly embarrassed or whatever, but he never cared to live up to this idea of how you're supposed to behave, and I just thought, well, I like being like my dad, so I use that more as a model. Like I don't have to live up to a convention. And I've also sort of been telling myself, and of course these things change, but telling myself that there's a physicality going on. Like I always talk about hating binding. I hate the synthetic binder because I've got like this back acne. It would be there, I think, with the testosterone and getting used to it and having that kind of puberty, that hormonal change, but it's aggravated by the binder, which makes it just nasty. So I spray alcohol on my back. My mum was swabbing it for me. It's kind of nice and embarrassing. It's gross to talk about, I know, but I figure some people might be going through the same thing. And so thinking about binding in July and August when it's really hot is uncomfortable. And it's the social, so I try not to bind in sort of more queer environments or amongst my friends, but it is the social sort of being in straight male environments and being at work especially, where I can no longer get away with, well, I want to be out as trans. I was always out as trans before, and now I just find that I'm so often read as male that they've expected more gender, so this gender normativity, these gender norms are expected of me. And as much as I'd like to betray them, until I feel comfortable with my body, I still very much feel like fat is a feminist issue. And I've heard feminists write about this and women talk about it, where for fear of arguing, you won't argue for fear of sort of somebody commenting on your body shape. And I think that is, I feel that as a trans person as well. So even though I will never necessarily have the body of that would, there's always going to be people who think there's something strange about me, but once I'm happy with my body, I will feel confident defending it, and I'm not happy with it. right now, and I have to wait patiently for probably like almost a year now. I've been saying a year, so let's say less than a year, hopefully. And I think until that happens, I'm not going to feel confident. So, it's a patient year. I feel lucky still. I mean, I remind myself that I'm lucky. I know I am. I'm getting what I want. I keep telling myself that. I've said it in other videos. But, yeah, I think that's where it's coming from. It's the incongruity, and not an enjoyable incongruity. I used to very much enjoy the incongruity when it came to gender, and I'm really not enjoying it right now. But I'm being a trooper and surviving it, and people survive much worse. Anyway, I'm pretty happy though these days. I hope you all are too. Hope things are going well. And I'll watch your videos over the next month, and I'll see you next month. Take care.